interview experience and that. Right? So let's take it.
Different panel, every panel member was sitting in the same room, and our topic for the day was COVID. So it was something I was comfortable with. Like,
You were like,
by the COVID and the work from home culture, and I was both of them too.
you were able to complete it in time.
Yes, sir. I managed it well before time. I was at a base, and it started.
Hello, Divyansh. Congratulations to you. You just cleared your IIM Calcutta interview and
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
finally admitted to IIM Calcutta.
Yes, sir.
That was a dream for you.
Yes, sir. That was always happening.
Great. So today we'll talk about your interview experience and that. Right. So let's take it one by one. What was the date? When did your interview happen?
So my interview happened at 25th of March. It happened in Delhi at the Indian Heritage Center.
Okay.
It was a morning slot.
Morning slot.
Yes.
And the process had two aspects.
Yes, sir.
The writing ability test and a
Followed by PI.
personal interview. Okay. So which one of these two was conducted first?
So first the writing ability test was conducted, then we were taken to the lobbies, and then the PI was conducted.
Okay. So let's talk about this writing ability test. VAT.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What was the topic and how much time was allocated?
So we were allowed 20 minutes, and it was conducted generally like all different panel. Every panel member was sitting in the same room, and our topic for the day was the work from home culture and how it has affected the mental health after COVID. So it was something I was comfortable with. Like,
You were like sort of prepared for it. You had your own thoughts ready. Okay.
yes, sir. It was. We had 20 minutes for it, so I think I managed good pretty well in this 20 minutes.
Great. And you were able to write it to your satisfaction.
Yes, sir. As our mentors at CH has taught us different things about writing that, so I used all of those methods and some of those.
Like what?
So I used I used the pirates. I used shareholders analysis to analyze different shareholders that are affected by the COVID and the work from home culture, and I merged both of them to make a bigger picture of and complete the task.
And you were able to complete it in time.
Yes, sir. I managed it well before time, and I could even make a conclusion and last minute changes and some spelling mistakes.
Okay. And then, so this was handwritten or you typed it on?
No, sir, this was handwritten. We were provided with a piece of paper.
And this that sort of acted as a warm up for the interview.
Yes, sir, definitely this was the warm.
Okay.
Like we got into the push of IIM Calcutta and the interview.
Yes.
Right.
So then you were scheduled for the interview.
Yes, sir. I had the fifth panel number. Luckily, it was not the first panel number.
So now tell me about the interview. So how many panelists were there in your panel?
So we had a panel of 3 members. One of them was a female, and other two was a male. Other two were male, and after my interview, I got to learn that 2 of them were alumni and 1 of them was a prof.
3 persons on that.
Yes.
Interesting. That's how it is mostly. So how did they play the role of panelists? Did they sort of jump into questioning you together, or did they do it one after the other in a very comfortable way?
Luckily, they were taking their time with me, and they were giving me ample of time to give my own answers, and they were asking me one by one.
One by one.
Yes.
Okay, great. So who started?
So we started with the central panelist, who was the female. She started with there were no HR questions as such, like basic introduction. They started right into next question or requirements question.
Yeah, but that's typical Calcutta thing.
Typical joker.
They got you into points.
Yes, sir. They started off with points.
Okay. And how did you perform in that section, that part of the interview?
So I was at a base. It started a bit low, but I was able to manage, and the panel was very chill. The panel was very calm, and they were very helping. So they helped me out, and they tried to make me comfortable, and I was able to manage crack the section. Crack the question easy.
So what kind of questions did they ask you? One.
So they started off with basic questions like a log x, but they asked me to draw graphs of log x, functions like log x and some other, and then they moved to some higher questions like simple interest and compound interest questions. I was asked to solve all these questions on a sheet of paper. Then they moved even to high levels of like vectors and such, which was not my, being a commerce student, this was not my area. Some engineer level stuff.
Okay. But then you felt that barring few initial glitches, you went to this part.
Yes, sir. I was being honest. Like if this was not my thing, I was being honest, and they were accepting. Yes, this.
Okay. Right. Okay. So one significant starting part of your interview was about variety of questions in maths. Okay. But they did not talk to you about your core details, your background, family background.
Nothing about my background. So, but they shifted to my hobbies and the basic
the same panelist.
No, the other panelist who was an alumni that I later learned. I mentioned about Satyajit Ray and other directors in my CV, in my Calcutta form. So we started about them. He was impressed by it, I think. Then he was like, you should tell me about why you are so much interested in it, what are your favorite movies about and why are there favorite movies about it, and like what about the messages you learn. And so yeah, and then he asked me to like, how do you apply those learnings in your real life? Yes.
Now I can see a glow on your face right now. That means Satyajit Ray was something that you're really passionate about.
Yes, it is something I'm really passionate about.
And you were well prepared.
Yes, as mentors at my CH have always told me like, if it's a joker that you should be prepared about Satyajit Ray, and if you are mentioning films, you should be prepared about Satyajit Ray. You could take a whole interview around him, because IMC is something that respects its culture very much, and being in West Bengal.
So that really worked for you.
Yes,
that your liking for Satyajit Ray,
yes,
mentioning it as a strategy,
yes,
your forms,
yes,
highlighting it more.
Yes, sir. And Rabindranath Tagore and Satyajit Ray.
Right.
And then after that, they moved into the current affairs. Like the Oscars were just held before a week or two prior. So they asked me about the performance of India at the Oscar, because this year we performed extremely well. We brought home a couple of Oscars. So they asked me about the Oscars and like, do you think they were well deserved, or they were snubbed for some other nominations? And like, what are your thoughts about those wins? And what does future of India looks like at those like global levels, global competitions? So that was also I was something prepared for. So luckily I was able to tackle those as well. This was from the third professor who was a proud professor.
So we also picked up the thread from this discussion on films. And
some of what was asked by the previous professor, and then he moved to the new panelist, and he started off with Oscars and then moved to other sections.
And what did he talk about?
Then he moved to current affairs and he asked me about, still he was like, we are talking about global and India's representation at global level, so are you aware about the current exchange rates of vis-a-vis dollar, and then the current foreign trade news?
Very specific business related.
Yes, sir.
Current affairs.
Yes, sir. And then he tried to move back to maths. Like they tried to end the conversation with maths. So they again asked me some points question. Like they asked me some maximum minima questions. They asked, and the real life application of this question as a management student. Like why are we up there? The panelists simply asked me, why are we asking you this question? Like, being an MD student, how can we please help you in your career? So I draw an analogy about maximum minimum questions and how I could apply this in my data sheets, and how could I apply this on my works. I think
that's almost the end of the interview, right?
Yes, sir. And then they asked me if I have any questions for them, and I asked them about a subject that I read about on the website, but I didn't get much knowledge about it on the website because it's a relatively new subject that IIM Calcutta has started. But they were not much aware about it. That's when they mentioned like we have been in this business for 20 years and this is a relatively new subject, but I'm not much aware about it, or my alums are not much aware about it. You should email it to the professor himself and he will give you the details that you actually require.
Oh.
And if you are part of IIM, then you can ask him that.
If I try and summarize, this interview would have lasted for around 20-25 minutes.
Yes, sir. I clocked it around 23-24 minutes.
And a good 10 to 15 minutes around quant.
Yes, sir. The rest around my hobbies.
The rest around your hobbies.
Yes, sir. They tried to cover everything.
And the panel was very soft,
very
and
calm,
friendly.
very friendly, very conversational. They would. Each of my question was something that came out from my previous question, and which had some relation to my previous answer.
So, I'm sure before going for this interview, you must have prepared for it.
Yes, sir.
Which part of your preparation gave you the most challenge?
So I think it was a preparation around all subjects, but I think as the mentors have always said that it's being a college, it will be a quant heavy interview, so quant preparation starting from my 10th, questions from my 10th, like which I have prepared, which I have not even touched for my CAT preparation, like something like differentiation, integration, which were not much of part of CAT. I prepared for them, and then there are the subjects like statistics, which were part of my BCom curriculum. I've prepared for them, so they were the biggest part in this thing, and my hobbies, which I was preparing.
Okay. Good talking to you, and congratulations once again.
Thank you, sir.
All the best.